Hello everyone, good to have you today. Wherever you're watching from, maybe it's morning, afternoon, evening or night. I want to share something very important with us, with everyone that is watching through this medium. You know, this season that we're in now is a time in our country that we've never had anything like this in this country. We may have had civil war, but we've not had anything like this before, where there is so much insecurity in the country that people don't know what to do. The government is helpless. We've not had anything in this country before of that nature. But guess what? Let me tell you something. Do you know that you can be safe in the midst of the storm? 100% assured that God will keep you. The Bible said that he that keepeth Israel does not sleep, neither does he slumber. If you're a believer, you're watching me, you're a Nigerian citizen, you live in this country, you're watching, I want you to listen to me. God can keep you. God knows how to keep his people. There's some things the Bible said in the Old Testament, in the Psalm, that talks about protection. Everything about the scripture talks about protection from the supernatural standpoint. If you don't believe it, I want you to believe it right now, that God can protect you, God can shield you. I've had a lot of testimonies of God's protection over my life and a lot of other people's lives. The Bible said in Psalms 91, it said, he that dwelleth in the secret place of the Most High shall abide under the shadow of the Almighty. And I went on and said, I will say of the Lord, he is my refuge and my fortress, my God, in him will I trust. Now that scripture from verse 1 down to the last verse, verse 16, is talking about supernatural protection. That's protection that comes from God. Do you know that God can protect you, can shield you from all these insecurities, from any evil in this season? Listen, do you know that when things get dark, that's when the people of God are meant to shine brighter? Listen, one of the ways the devil gets people and sidetracks them is when there is fear in your heart. You don't need to fear. The Lord your God is with you. Now let me tell you, there is nothing anybody can do if the Lord is with you. The Bible said the name of the Lord is a strong tower. He said the righteous runs into it and is safe. Do you know the best thing you can do right now if you're watching me? Run to the Lord. The name of the Lord is a strong tower. How do you run to the Lord? Number one, it's very easy. If you are saved, if you're born again, you are already with the Lord. You are already in the Lord. You've got to have that assurance in your heart. You've got to have that faith that God will keep you. Nothing will hurt you. There will not be any harm. You know, during the Second World War, something happened in Britain. When Germany was trying to invade Britain, there was an old woman. It was a Christian woman, but she was quite old. They used to have the bomb shelters. People run to the bomb shelters to take shelter from the German aircraft that were bombarding some parts of Britain. Everybody in her family, in their neighborhood, ran to the bomb shelter. She said she wanted to go. And then she had in her heart, he said, he that keepeth Israel does not sleep, neither does he slumber. She said, God, I want to prove your word. If you don't sleep and you don't slumber, he said, okay, I'll go to sleep. The woman said she got into her room and stayed back. When she's done eating, she will sleep off. He said, if God does not sleep and he does not slumber, why should I be awake? She said, if she keeps awake, then God will go to bed. So she decided to sleep so that God will continue his job of keeping awake and protecting his people. Listen, God will protect you in this season. All you've got to tell yourself, I will live through this season. Now look at what that scripture, Psalm 91 said. The Bible said there, verse 5, it said, thou shalt not be afraid of the terror by night, nor for the arrow that flieth by day. You know, the terror and the arrows that fly by day has to do with stray bullets, has to do with some of these evils that we're having around us. Verse 6, it said, nor for the pestilence that wasted in darkness, nor for the destruction that wasted at noonday. There's a sweet part of the scripture. It said, 1,000 shall fall at thy side, and 10,000 at thy right hand. He said, but it shall not come nigh thee. He said, only with thy eyes shalt thou behold and see the reward of wicked. Now, do you know what the scripture said there? Now, let me tell you, you are not going to be among the 1,000 that will fall. by the side. Neither will you be among the 10,000. Somebody listening to me. This video is for you. You will not be among the 1,000 that will fall by the side. Neither will you be among the 10,000 that will fall by the right hand. Guess what? You can also claim this for your family members. Those of you that are living in the western part of this country, there's so much insecurity in the west right now. There's been so much terror. People are being beheaded, chopped up with machete. There's so much terror going on in the eastern part, in the Imo State area, in Abia State, in Port Harcourt, in River State. There's been so much terror in the north. That's northeast. There's been so much terror going on. I'm talking to you. Listen, there's no evil that will touch you. And wherever you're watching from, if you stumble into this video, you're not even in this country, I want to let you know the Lord will keep you. You'll not be among the 1,000 that falls by the side. Neither will you be among the 10,000. You will, with your eyes and your ears, you will use your eyes to behold these things. You will hear it with your ears, but it will not touch you. You are safe. You are free. I want you to have this comfort that God cares about you. You know, that scripture Sam ended with, he said, with long life will I satisfy you and show you my salvation. That's what God said. This scripture is in the Old Testament, but guess what? It is for us today. You can claim every part of the scripture. I want to let you know God has made a promise that with long life He will satisfy you. Hold on to that word. Lord, you said with long life you will satisfy me. I will never fall into the hands of kidnappers. I will never fall into the hands of herdsmen. The bandits will not see me. I will not have anything to do with the Boko Harams. They will never see you. Listen, you are under the blood. They will not see you. Hallelujah. You are safe. Listen, I want to see you next year. Nothing to harm you.